Hi, welcome back to Gridiron TV. I'm your host Stewart Young. I'm joined by both Edinburgh coaches, Pete Laird and Stewart Adams. Guys, thanks for coming back on and joining me again. We're going to have a little debate about the up-and-coming game on the 5th. We're also going to be going through the questions that the fans have submitted to the show, where you'll be able to win 2 free tickets to the game and also team merchandise. Firstly, let's talk about the game. Obviously, we've interviewed you separately. I mean, who's going to win?
On you go. Well, I mean, obviously both teams are very strong programmes. You know, we're adversaries, we're enemies. Edinburgh University is a bigger university. I mean, clearly they've got something like 80,000 students to our 10. You guys have got butlers to play the game for you. It would just be a case of, you know, hard work and hard graft on behalf of the Napier team up against the posh boys across the road.
Who's the posh boys?
I guess that would be us. We've studied the games that they've played as well, and we see a couple of holes that we think we can exploit and stuff.
So Pete's not playing.
That'd make it better for us, easier for us. But yeah, we see us pulling off the win on this.
And I'd also like to say we've looked at their game tape and looked at their sideline. And we've seen a couple of holes as well.
Let's keep this clean, guys. This is a show going out to people with families. Let's keep this clean. Obviously, I mean, you guys played many years of football. 19 years. I don't know how many you've played. I think since the start of time. But you know, games like this, is this not something you guys would want to play in?
Oh, definitely. I would love to play in this. This sort of, as Pete said earlier, this gets you going. Even sitting watching interviews and stuff, I'd love to be playing it. I'd be frustrated standing on the coach and sideline. Yeah, the boys are going to look at all this as well. They've been drilled. We've told them at the start of the season that this game's one of the big ones to look forward to. Just waiting for the day to come now. Yeah.
As for me, I would say no. I mean, I was a great player, but I'm a better coach.
Yeah. Who said that?
I did just then. No, I mean, for me, I loved playing, and it was a fantastic time that I had when I was playing. But the buzz I get from coaching is just completely different, and you know, I hurt too much now.
I mean, you talk about both. You spoke about both universities. Obviously, Lumini's clubbing together for the fantastic looking trophy that we saw earlier. Apart from the trophy side, I mean, apart from the Lumini side, are both universities bought into this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, hats off to the organisation of the university management buying into it, but both student associations are really pushing it with the student body. So I'm hoping that both Napier and Edinburgh University students will come down in good numbers and support us on the day against each other.
When you talk about this being hopefully a yearly event, having a varsity game in Edinburgh every year is going to be fantastic. You're going to be hosting it next year?
Hope so. Hopefully, if it all goes right this year, hopefully we'll take it as our home game and then we'll run with it. We'll do all the legwork as Pete's done this year, but hopefully, if all goes well, we'll do it next year.
Good. I mean, you talk about both universities being bought into it. I mean, you're talking about, have you got like good sponsorship coming on the show? I mean, how are you guys looking funding wise for the teams? Did the university support you?
The university support us, yeah. We've only been on the go for a couple of years now, and the university gave us a good grant when we first started off. Players' fees helps. Sponsorship helps as well. We do a big Super Bowl party as well, so we get money on the door for there as well.
And where's that based at?
We're having that in Malone's, Malone's in Edinburgh.
Forest Road.
That's the one. Yep. So we're taking all our players and all our fans back to there. We're going to host our own party there.
Hopefully victorious with a trophy.
We'll have a big trophy to take back with us. We'll make it pride on the bar.
Is that the badge from your Rolls Royce that you're driving around at Edinburgh University?
Well, the coaches must get paid well there then, eh?
I wish we did get paid, that would be great.
I mean, again, we look at, obviously, you guys hosting next year. We talk about 2 games coming up in the next few weeks, 29th and the 5th. Is it make or break whoever wins these games for the season?
Well, I was talking to Stewart off air, and I think for both of us, if splitting the games would be both our worst nightmares, because 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss doesn't really help either of us in our ambitions to progress this season. Obviously, I think both of us are aiming to try and make the playoffs, whether it's the championship playoffs or the plate playoffs. The division's up for grabs. I mean, Stirling, you know, set the pace early. Edinburgh.
The big teams have knocked each other. Right?
Yeah,
everyone's played each other, and everyone's 1-1 against each other just now. So it's all up for grabs just now.
I mean, whoever wins the first match, all right, is the pressure on that team to basically try and get that extra win to catapult the season? Is the pressure going to be on then?
Yeah. We would. I mean, if we lose that game, we're 1-2. It's a big struggle to make the playoffs and the plate game. We win that, you know, it's great motivation to win the next game and carry on up the playoff ladder.
Excellent. As we mentioned, we've been mentioning for the last few weeks now about a competition we've got on board for tonight's show. I mean, it's 2 tickets to the game. It's also team merchandise from the Knights and from the Predators, and we've got a list of questions here, guys. You've chosen your winners. So, Pete, do you want to read out your question?
Well, my question, I think we've kind of covered this, is from Robert Orr, age 16, from Stirling, and he simply asked who's going to win.
Right, okay. Do you want to cover that again?
Do you want me to answer first? It'll be the Edinburgh Predators will be winning that game.
Well, you know, I wouldn't like to boast, but obviously we'll be looking to make sure that we're there to take the trophy home at the end of the day.
So Robert Orr 16 of Stirling wins a t-shirt from the Edinburgh Knights. So Stuart, you've picked a question. Do you want to read that one out?
I picked one from Steve the Hurdle McDonald, and it's how do you find it losing key players every year due to eligibility, and how do you find having to train complete novices to play each year?
Well, quite an interesting question, actually. Do you want to answer that first?
It's frustrating. Every year the year ends, obviously, and then the players go away and they graduate. It's frustrating because you don't know who's coming back the following year. And then you don't know who you're getting these freshers' fairs. You put your name down on a bit of paper, you email them, you get them to come back. It's the first session. It's hard trying to keep these guys, but what is good is when they do come back and they've never played before, it's taking them aside for 10, 50, however long it takes. It's training each of these guys up and then see them progress. And if they do stay, they stay for 3-4 years where they enjoy it.
Yeah. What about yourself, Pete?
Well, you know, as Stuart's saying, what you've got to try and do is build the programme so that rookie players stay with it. So ideally what you want them is there to have them for all 4 years, so that in the first year they can build up their experience, they can get the reps. We're not throwing them in at the deep end, but likewise every year you uncover a few gems, you know, just some pure athletes that are ready to play right from the get-go. And you know, I'm sure we're both fielding rookies this year in some positions, and those guys, you know, they're the engine to really drive your programme forward, and you just look to keep on recruiting, keep recruiting, and that's the bit I love. Yeah, good. I mean, thanks Steve for that question. There was a hoodie obviously on the way to yourself. Pete, obviously just before we wrap up the show, it's your home game. All right, do you want to give it a plug? Do you want to just tell people the time, the place, how to get there? Absolutely, it's February the 5th, Super Bowl Sunday. The game's a 2:30 kickoff at Megatland Stadium. It's free entry for students and concession. Students just need to bring their student cards on the day. You can pay at the gate. It's £2 for adults, and we've got a full day's worth of entertainment. We've got cheerleaders, we've got bands, we've got 2 bars, we've got a barbecue, we've got a live PA and a scoreboard. So everything's set up for a fantastic day out. I would encourage Napier students to come along in the red and the black, and they got their foam swords out and their shields, come down dressed as knights. So we're going to expect a fun day. And hopefully, I really hope all the Edinburgh University students will come down en masse as well, bring their butlers, top hats, canes, and you know, they can wave them around in the air. That's all. I'm just glad I've not had to separate you two. That's the main thing. Not yet. The cameras are still rolling. Maybe on the day of the game. 2 weeks ago. You, don't worry. Well, look, thanks for joining us, guys. I wish you both the very best of luck. As I said earlier on, we'll be at the game covering that, and obviously I'll be there as a fan. Obviously, I'm not going to give my prediction who's going to win myself, and I don't want anyone team. I'm supporting football on the day, and I wish it was going to be a big success. All right, so good luck. That's great. Thanks for having us. That's almost it for this episode of Gridiron TV. But just before we go, we'd like to mention another game that's taking place on the 5th of February, which is Rose's Varsity competition, which takes place between Yorkshire Centurions and Lancaster Bombers. So if you're down in that area, get in contact with the teams, go along and support your local sides. It's going to be a great event down there. Also, if you want to get in contact with Gridiron TV, if you have a story or want your team to be involved, or you've got any questions about the game, just contact us on Facebook, which is Facebook Gridiron TV, or Twitter, which is Gridiron_TV, or you can contact us by email on GridironTV@gmail.com. Today's show was brought to you by DB Print 1. For all your hoodies and your t-shirts and hats, get onto the website and go and have a look. Some great quality merchandise there. So